The royal palace of Madrid woke up glowing that winter morning, as if it knew something magical was about to happen. Soft light touched the tall stone walls, golden balconies shimmered gently, and the grand courtyard filled with quiet anticipation. It was the day of the Pascua Militar, a historic ceremony that marks the beginning of Spain's military year, but for one young royal it was far more than tradition. It was Princess Leonor's day. King Felipe, Queen Letizia and Princess Leonor arrived together at the palace, greeted first by the defense minister. Soon after, the sound of trumpets echoed through the air. Soldiers stood tall. The royal family received the Guard of Honor, a moment filled with dignity, pride and deep respect for Spain's armed forces. King Felipe stood in his dark navy uniform, decorated with medals and a ceremonial sash, looking every bit the protector of the nation. Queen Letizia appeared graceful in her elegant white blouse and black tailored trousers, simple yet powerful. But it was Princess Leonor who quietly stole the scene. Wearing her formal Spanish army uniform with gold details and a shining aiguillette, she looked calm, confident and strong, not just a princess but a future queen in the making. The palace air felt different that morning. It was not only filled with ceremony but with emotion. After the honors, King Felipe and his family walked forward, passing through historic halls where Spain's story lives in marble and gold. Inside were many important figures from the military and government, leaders who protect the country day and night. But today the spotlight gently followed one young woman walking just behind her. Father, Princess Leonor. This ceremony was not only about medals or speeches, it was about legacy, about duty. About the moment when a father in front of the nation's most powerful people chose to speak from the heart. When it was time for King Felipe to speak, the great hall fell silent. Every eye turned toward him. His words were strong, but suddenly his tone softened. Then he looked at his daughter. Leonor, he said, his voice carrying through the room. Your experiences in recent years are helping you understand the true meaning of commitment and duty, the moral compass of military life. In that moment, Princess Leonor was no longer just standing beside the king, she was being honored by him. He spoke about her courage, her discipline, her love for Spain. He spoke of how proud he felt watching her grow into her role, learning what it means to serve a country before oneself. He reminded everyone present that bravery is not only shown on battlefields, but also in responsibility, sacrifice, and unwavering loyalty to one's people. For Princess Leonor, this was a moment she would carry forever. Standing there in uniform, surrounded by generals, ministers, and commanders, she was praised not as a child of the crown, but as a young woman who had earned respect. The pride in her eyes could not be hidden. This was her father speaking, but also her king, publicly recognizing her strength in front of Spain's guardians. It was a fairy tale, but real. Later, King Felipe awarded decorations to members of the armed forces. The defense minister also shared words about Spain's dedication to peace, international security, and unity. Officials from the army, navy, air and space force and civil guard were present, creating a powerful symbol of national strength. But through it all, the story belonged to Princess Leonor. The Pascua Militar is held every year to reflect on the past and prepare for the future. It began centuries ago when Spain celebrated the recovery of Mahon in 1782. But traditions live only when they are carried forward. And on this day, it was clear who was being prepared to carry Spain's legacy into tomorrow. As the ceremony came to an end, the royal family stood together once more. King Felipe's expression was calm, but behind it was a father's quiet joy. Queen Letizia watched her daughter with tenderness, and Princess Leonor, still standing tall in her military uniform, carried more than medals and ribbons. She carried her father's trust, her nation's hope, and the promise of a future queen. This was not just a royal event. It was the story of a princess stepping into her destiny, guided by tradition, strengthened by duty, and crowned by her father's proud words.